Hello students, now we will start with other topic in environmental issues chapter of class 12th NCERT textbook about how to control air pollution. Here we use different types of devices like scrubbers, catalytic converters and also electrostatic precipitators. So first we will start with scrubbers, which are used to remove nearly 99% of the particulate matter from the industries. Mostly, scrubbers are the equipments that are used to remove the pollutant air or the pollution from the industries or factories. To control the pollutants released from factories or industries, scrubbers are arranged at the exhaust positions. Now, this is the scrubber. When the pollutant that is mixed in the air that is released from the factories or industries, we call this one as dirty air, that is pumped into the scrubbers. Now here, from topmost area, lime water is sprinkled from the topmost area. Industries contain most of the particulate matter, means dust particles, very minute particles that are approximately of 10 micrometers or less than 10 micrometers in diameter. So those are pumped into the scrubbers. When lime water is sprinkled, lime water is crossed through the filters. Then whatever the particulate matter that is present in the dirty air, that will be fallen down in form of particulate matter, because before that is mixed with the dirty air. Particulate matter is collected at bottom, that is at here. Now towards the phototrophic region or towards the upper part, clean air is moved out. Clean air is pumped out of the scrubber. So in this way, the scrubber is having lime water pumping arrangement, some of the filters, and clean air is finally removed out from one side of the scrubber, and particulate matter is collected at other side of the scrubber. Now, this is about the scrubbers. These are useful to remove particulate matter. Particulate matter, size of particles is less than 10 micrometers or 10 micrometers in diameter. This particulate matter, it comes from mostly the factories and also industries. Next, other method. Second method is to remove suspended particulate matter released from power plants and smelters. Power plants, we know, where electricity is generated. What are smelters? Smelters are the places where ores are converted into different types of equipments. We know, for example, axe is there. Axe is obtained from ore material iron. Iron has to be burnt, then it has to be converted into a particular shape. that areas are called as smelters. Sword is there, knives are there. All of them are converted from the ore material iron into particular equipments in the areas of smelters. The places where ore metals are burnt and converted to equipments like knives, instruments, next axes, and many other iron substances, equipments, iron parts we'll say. Now, so this one means to extract or to separate the suspended particulate matter. Suspended particulate matter will be having the particle size of 0.01 to 100 micrometers in diameter. Mostly it will be less than 100 micrometers in diameter. This suspended particulate matter is highly toxic than particulate matters, because here we have seen its measurement 0.01 micrometers in diameter. These type of suspended particles are very harmful for the alveoli of the lungs. Now, here initially dirty air or the air that is released from the factories or any of the power plants, that is released initially into the electrostatic precipitators. For suppose think this is the dirty air. Now they are passed into some type of covering containing wires. These are metal wires. We can also call it as electric wires also. This covering is called as corona. Corona means the outermost covering part of any wire. For suppose if you take normal wires, we see inside copper wiring and outside plastic will be there. We can call that one outermost one as corona. But here the metals are different. So here corona releases electrons. Now these are electric wires. Now when the dust particles or the air that is full of suspended particulate matter is passed through this electric wire containing coronas, then most of the dust particles, suspended particulate matter, after crossing of this one is collected by the collecting plates, and then the remaining suspended particulate matter is fallen down in the form of a grounded matter, in the form of ash we can say here. So this one we can call as ash. It will be washed off or removed by flushing of water or by sweeping off. So these are called as collecting plates. These are called as collecting plates. So in case of scrubber, dirty air is passed, lime water is sprinkled. In case of electrostatic precipitators, dirty air which is having suspended particulate matter is passed. Those are collected and those are mixed by the electrons released by the corona, which are containing electric wires. Then the suspended particles are collected by the collecting plates, and those are converted into black color or ash-like substances, which is fallen down. That fallen ash-like substance will be washed off or it will be swept off. Next type of controlling equipments are nothing but catalytic converters. These type of equipments are fitted or arranged in the automobiles. Mostly these are used to convert the toxic pollutants like hydrocarbons into normal or safe gases. These are equipments that are fitted in automobiles. They function by catalyzing redox reactions. We see roughly the structure of catalytic converters. They are fitted with some other expensive metals called platinum, palladium, and rhodium. So there is a chance for getting stealed by the thieves also, these types of catalytic converters from the automobiles. Now, the hydrocarbons released by automobiles are passed into these catalytic converters. So here we can write the hydrocarbons, carbon dioxide, or we can say carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide, which are passed into the catalytic converters. So after filtration, these are released out in the form of carbon dioxide, molecular nitrogen, and water. So we can also write water, we cannot write here, and molecular nitrogen. The incomplete combustion of hydrocarbons leads to release of toxic pollutants like carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, methane, and water. So water is not under toxic pollutant, okay, and more CO2. These toxic pollutants later are passed by or passed through catalytic converters to get converted into safe gases. So we can say this one as molecular nitrogen. Carbon dioxide is useful for plants and it should be present in 0.04% in atmosphere. We should mention other point also. As we have said in the previous video, that one of the heavy metal is also included under air pollutant, that is lead. Automobiles or vehicles. Vehicles should use fuel that is free of lead or lead-free petrol or diesel. If not, lead in petrol or fuel will inactivate the catalysts like palladium, platinum and rhodium in catalytic converters. So here we have used one, catalyzing redox reactions. In catalytic converters, this catalyzing redox reactions is done by these three expensive metals. So these are considered as the catalysts. These three are considered as catalysts in catalytic converters. Next is how to control air pollution along with noise pollution. We have seen previously that Environment Protection Act, it was brought in 1986. In the same way, Air Pollution Controlling Act, it was brought in 1981. That years are also very important to learn. So, air pollution can be controlled by using clean fuel called CNG gas. So what is full form of CNG? Compressed nitrogen gas, CNG. So no need to use again gas here. Next, to control noise pollution, there are some norms brought by the government, and it has taken some of the norms from European government, which was initially started before 1991. So, initially, Central Pollution Control Board, we are mentioning this one as CPCB. This one worked with the Ministry of Environment, Forest and also Climatic Changes. So this organization worked with Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climatic Change. And framed few norms, in a sense rules, to control these pollutions, to control pollution from vehicles. So, in 1991, first such law came to existence as first law came to existence. That law is called as Mass Emission Norms for petrol engines. This one is completely name of the first law that was brought in 1991. This was mentioned in your NCERT textbook. This is the first law. Next, in 1995, government made these catalytic converters. So we'll see about 1992 what is happening to this law. So in 1992, those norms were again, here we have seen for petrol engines, it was added for diesel engines also. These norms are applied to diesel engines also. Now, in 1995, government made the use of catalytic converters compulsory for all petrol vehicles. Government passed a rule as compulsory of using catalytic converters in all petrol engines, especially in cities. Like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. Now, these mass emission norms were later, these are added with some of the norms of European government in 2000 year. So, in year 2000, the European norms too, because there are many norms of European government to control pollution. So here, European norms too are introduced in India as BHARAT Stage 2 norms. But later, this was not continued as it is. There were made many changes in the BHARAT Stage 2 norms to control noise pollution, air pollution, and also the overall pollutants that are released from the vehicles. So in your NCERT textbook, it was also given that BHARAT Stage 2 norms are no more applicable in India. It means that initially they were introduced by taking norms from European government, that is European norms 2, but later these are modified into BHARAT Stage 3, BHARAT Stage 4, but BHARAT Stage 5 norms were skipped because at that time government started studying on other matters also, and BHARAT Stage 3, BHARAT Stage 4, BHARAT Stage 6 norms are applied for overall country of India. If you see the chart given or the table given in your NCERT textbook, page number 273, they have mentioned about norm 4, BHARAT Stage norm 4. So, for four-wheelers, the norms are applied are BHARAT Stage 4 norms. This is applied to all over the country. In 2017, for three-wheelers, again BHARAT Stage 4, it was applied since April 1st, 2017. Next, for two-wheelers, again BHARAT Stage norms 4 are applied all over country in 2017. This one also all over country, that is India. So this is about Bharat stage 4 type of norms. Next, Bharat stage 5 norms are skipped. Because during that time period, that is in 2016, to frame more strict and standard rules. Next, in 2020, Bharat stage 5 amendment was included and applied. So here what happened, according to this one, emission norms of petrol vehicles will have to affect 25% of reduction of nitrogen oxide emissions. According to this, these norms, petrol vehicles should decrease release of nitrogen oxide to 25%, and diesel vehicles or engines should reduce hydrocarbons and nitrogen oxide by 43% and particulate matter by 82% into air. So these are the norms given by Bharat stage 4, 6 and 3. Bharat stage 5 norms are skipped. They are not applied during 2016 to any type of vehicle. In 1981, the act called Prevention and Control of Air Pollution, it was brought. Next, in 1987, the amendment of noise controlling, it was also brought in 1987. It was brought in 1987. Noise we can define as uncomfortable voice. In simple words, noise means any uncomfortable voice. Our audible range for human beings range is 20 Hz to 80 Hz. This is considered as a normal voice range. If we see in decibels, this is indicated with So here we can write 20,000. 20,000 hertz, but in case of decibels it is 0 decibels. This is considered as silence, pin drop silence, to 80 decibels. In playground, we see the players used to shout loudly. At that time, what might be the decibels? In playground, it is of 80 decibels, and normal voice that we can bear and hear is 60 decibels. Noise Controlling Act. We can also use a term like Noise Amendment Act. Whispering. Whispering a voice, it will be of 40 decibels. And these are different types of noises and audible range in terms of decibels and here in terms of hertz. Doctors, they say that noise of 150 decibels can damage eardrum. What is eardrum? Tympanum. Next, this 150, we can say from 130 to 150 is the noise from jet engines or aeroplanes. Engines, aeroplanes, rail engines, when this noise is continuously heard in louder noise continuously for 6 hours, then it causes a release of one of the hormone in human body, that is nothing but adrenaline.